Is this thing on? As you guys know, I'm pretty active on Facebook, and I ran into this one post that it caught my attention automatically, and I want to take a minute to address this. Well, I'm gonna try to make it brief, okay? But it's actually a meme. I don't know if you can see it, but it reads, Mexica is the original Nahuatl, the Aztec language way of pronouncing Mexican, Mexicano, Chicano, and Chicana. The Mexica were our ancestors' great civilization, 1325 to 1521, which has enough surviving material from which we can reconstruct our identity. The Mexica were victims of an attempted genocide, but then which culture in this continent didn't, right? However, there was enough survivors that kept the language and the traditions and bloodlines still alive today. Many other tribes were not so lucky and lost all their history, customs, and tribal identity. Therefore, those that have lost all their tribe's information can claim the Mexica as a collective identity in order to reconstruct our ancestral roots as a means of liberation from colonialism, and to pay homage to our ancestors that perished fighting the invaders. Mexica does not negate Maya or Perupecha or any other indigenous cultures. Mexica can be an umbrella identity for unity representing all our indigenous Mexica tribes. Okay, let me tell you why this information right there, at least to me, it's very misinforming, and why it's wrong. It's actually, it's it's dangerous information, because when somebody just barely wakes up to trying to find their identity, they end up finding this kind of stuff, and it automatically makes them think that they have the right to claim Mexica. This right here, as a matter of fact, I think it was the early work of the Mencito movement, you know, with their whole Nicachandra, Nicachancla, you know what I mean, their term, you know, where they're trying to use that as an umbrella term. Well, let me just tell you that every culture has their own term for themselves and for everybody else. And I suggest that we keep using those, because what this is asking us to do is basically to give up those labels, you know, the Latino or Hispanic, and to pick up Mexica or Nicatlaca, whichever one you want to talk about. But it's asking us to pick those up. But what happens to our actual culture's identity of us? It disappears, because we decided to pick up another label, and that's not fair to our ancestors and to our future, because we're giving them a legacy of claiming. That's not being any different from a white person claiming to be native, or an Afrocentric claiming to be native. It's just a claim. We don't gotta claim. We gotta know, because we are alive, and everything that's alive has roots. It came from somewhere, and this, like I said, it's just dangerous if somebody was to really start following it. And I've seen them do it. I've seen them say, "Oh wow, I learned something new," or "Is that what I am?" It's just a label. And I, for one, am gonna use the term that my ancestors used to describe us. But when I use it, I refer to everybody around me. And that's Hun Anma. In Chuhmaya, it translates to one people. But that's just me, you know. So just something to think about, and One thing that I'm gonna have to keep on repeating, and I said it before and I'm gonna say it again, is leave your own tracks. Don't make somebody else's footprints deeper. This is Az'un, Papul, Shuvan. Our past, our land, our bloodline, our future.